On today's episode of Always in Escrow, we speak with Siggy Flicker about marriage, family, relationships,
and much more. You better tune in today.
Hello and welcome to Always in Escrow with Colby Burchin and Sarina Appel. Hello, Colb.
Hey, Sarina, how are you?
I'm great. I am so excited to speak to you today and with your friend, Ms. Siggy Flicker.
Sigalit.
She isn't Sigalit.
No, you said it. You did it so good.
Siggy Flicker is an American relationship specialist, matchmaker, television personality, and author of Write Your Own Fairy Tale, The New Rules for Dating, Relationships, and Finding Love on Your Terms. She starred in the VH1 reality television series, Why Am I Still Single? And was a cast member on the 7th and 8th seasons of Bravo's reality TV show, The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Welcome to the show, Siggy.
Thank you for having me, Sarina and Colby.
Well, I'm going to get it in there because Siggy, I know her before all this. I know Siggy probably 25 years. When I first got into real estate, one of my first showings was Siggy's home. And I was a deer in the headlights, like literally so nervous, didn't know what to do. She was home with a little girl, her little girl, and I wanted to do such a good job. And I knew she knew I was nervous. She gave me such a pep talk. You got this. This is your arena. You know how to do this. Siggy has a personality that you just want, everyone wants to like get to know her, be with her. She is so uplifting, and she gave that to me on one of my first ever showings, and I thank you so much because from that Poppy. I feel so empowered today as this realtor that I've become. So I am this so
powerhouse.
Happy. Exactly.
But you have the it factor, and I read people's energy. Everything is about energy and chemistry.
Yeah.
And if I read a bad energy, I don't even, I have a way of just leaving without even saying goodbye. I just pull the rug and I'm out of there. But you, I loved you from the moment you walked into my house in Woodfield.
It was chemistry right away.
Yeah, with my little gorgeous Sophie running around.
Yeah.
Now 20 years old. I don't know where time went. Okay.
It's crazy. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start the first question. So when you were younger, did you ever imagine you would be where you are today?
Always.
Yeah?
So when I was younger, I came here from Israel. I'm a legal immigrant in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And I lived in Cherry Hill. And my father was getting his doctorate at Temple University. My mother was working at First People National Bank. And I remember I had to share a room with my brother and sister. And it was very, very embarrassing. Cherry Hill was then, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. But it was, very well-to-do town, and I didn't want anybody to come over and see that we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I just knew I always had the vision, the American dream. I always knew it, even when I went to Marshall's and TJ Maxx. Anything that was the American dream, the Ralph Lauren t-shirts for $9.99 with the horse here, I would have them in every color, and I've even met Ralph Lipschitz 3 times, and I've thanked the man. And I said, now I have enough money to buy Purple Label, but I still go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls to look for that polo. But I always had it in me. I don't know if it's because I have God in my heart, and I'm a true believer in God, in Elohim. I always knew that I was going to be something big. And for me, big, I wanted to be Susan Lucci's daughter on All My Children. I never wanted to be a reality star. I never wanted to do any of that, but I always wanted to. I knew that anything that I did, I would bring it home. And I've accomplished every single one of my goals only because of the United States of America.
I believe that.
It's incredible. So you have marriages, you have family, you have books, you've done so much in your lifetime. Is there something that you've wanted to accomplish that you haven't yet?
Well, I've reached all my goals. And what I tell people is, don't be afraid of failure. I have fallen flat on my face plenty of times in my life. Without bruises, scars, and scrapes, you really haven't lived your life. So you know what? I'm married to the love of my life, but my first marriage did not turn out the way I wanted it. No one walks down the aisle saying I'm going to get divorced. But I have taken risks. I'm fearless. I'm not afraid of rejection. I believe that rejection is God's protection. If you are being rejected at that moment, you're not going to know why. But to me, everything's about God. You have to believe that there is a reason why you were rejected. And I've had a lot of disappointments in my life. Nothing has been easy. But you know what? If I had to do it all over again, I would do it the same exact way. And that means marrying my first husband to have Sophie and Joshua too. You have to look at your failures. You have to look at all the disappointments and say, you brought me to where I am today.
I love that.
So now that you're in the public eye, how have you been able to stay relatable and approachable, do you think?
Well, the thing is I don't really care if I'm relatable. I'm always approachable. There's no one who meets me who doesn't walk away saying, "Oh my God, I get it." The hardest, doing Housewives of New Jersey was probably the best thing I ever did and the worst thing I ever did. Only because for the 2 seasons that I was on the show in 2012, I was a lifelong Democrat. So nothing really affected me. There was no Donald Trump in 2012. In 2016 was the first time that I voted for a Republican president. My husband is a big fan. I'm a big fan. And it didn't take long to see what the mainstream media was doing to him, because they were doing the same thing to me once the production company found out that I was a Trump supporter. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to talk about selective editing, fake storylines, and false narratives.
Right.
So every scene that you see takes 5 hours to film, but you see 2 minutes. And the people in the editing room are allowed to edit it any way they want. So for example, if I'm filming a scene and somebody says to me, "Siggy, you're ugly, your kids are ugly, your husband's ugly," and after 3 hours I say, "Shut the hell up." Then you're turning on the TV and you see me ordering French fries and going, "Shut the hell up."
Right.
And then people are like, "What the hell happened to you? Why'd you get so angry?" They're not showing what led up to that reaction. So that's when I talk about selective editing. And as soon as I saw that that was where it was going to be, I had to get off the show. Don't care what anybody thinks. Don't care if you like me. If you like me, you're smart. If you don't like me, have a nice life. Couldn't care.
Serena, I love her. Like, I can't get enough of her.
I agree. And you really are talking about this like selective editing. And that makes me think about, just you being in the spotlight, your family being in the spotlight. How do you feel about, exposing your kids and about
That was
them
hard.
perhaps
That was
getting
very,
famous?
very hard because my husband is a very private man and my kids are very private. No one wanted to film, and that's hard. When you do a reality show and you're married, you have to have a partner that works with you, and your children have to be in it. My kids were not for it, and my husband was definitely against it. And the reason why they were not for it is because reality TV is not real. So a lot of people say, "Is it scripted?" No, we don't get a script. But when you're sitting around a table and the producers are constantly whispering in ears, and they lead the conversation and where it's going. And to me, there's nothing more important than peace and happiness. And every day that I did that project, I was like, why do I have to go? I didn't enjoy it. Where somebody else can enjoy it, it could be for them, but it was not for me. So unfortunately, nobody wants to see 5 girls sitting around the table getting along. That doesn't sell.
Right.
That doesn't sell. And for me at 55, maybe at 35, I would have enjoyed it. I don't enjoy that kind of drama and toxic energy. And then I had my husband say to me, "Wait a second, we worked hard. We got to where we are today. We have beautiful homes. We have beautiful kids. We could travel. We could do anything I want. What the hell are you doing, Siggy?" And then I had to look and say, everything I've ever wanted in life, my goals, is right here. It's right here. Am I going to trade all that in? I'm going to trade in the lottery ticket to go to the swamp every day? There was no way. And a lot of people don't know this about my husband. Michael is a very big influence in my life. And a lot of people are like, "What?" Because I'm so bossy and I'm so controlling and OCD, and my house looks like a museum. And if there's a pencil in the pen drawer, something's going down. But Michael really is the calm. Serena, I swear, he's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. He's the calm to my storm. So when Michael says, "This is not for you, it's not for me," and right when I went off the show and I resigned, he said to me, you need to come out on social media 100% in full support of the president. And I said, are you kidding me? And he goes, be authentic and do it. And I did it. And that's when it opened up so many doors. You know, I'm the proud spokesperson of Jexit, Jews exiting the Democrat Party. I mean, we have done so much. We're working with Tom Holman, the former director of ICE. We're having our event in Mar-a-Lago on November 1st. I'm working with, you know, creating a film on the border. And the projects come in, but now I'm working with things that I'm like, I can't wait to get to work. But you know, I have to give credit where credit is due. And when you find the right person in your life, and it doesn't mean it could be on the first time, it could be like Elizabeth Taylor on the seventh time, no judgment, whatever it takes. But when you know your worth and you don't give up on love, it really does show up. It really does show up. And for the last 16 years, I've been living in, you know, with this smile on my face every day because of Michael. And it's a beautiful thing because before that, I didn't have this smile on my face. So
It's true. You
We
glow.
get it.
You definitely glow. We're gonna play a little game, okay? Okay. So we're gonna do fill in the blanks. You motivate so many people. Who motivates you? Let's not use Michael because I know Michael is your motivation.
yes, my mother. My mother is an immigrant, came to this country. Sigalit, I know no English. I go take English class.
I love
Sigalit, a man needs to love a woman more than you know, a little bit more. Sigalit, he no call you on Wednesday, you no go out Saturday. My mother is the reason why I am who I am today. My mother is, I mean, the day that she got her citizenship, we cried and we celebrated. My mother is a strong woman. My mother taught me everything about love and relationships. And I credit my mother to the person that I am today.
Beautiful. So here's a scenario. You're transported to a gorgeous ski chalet and bundled up next to a fire, and you're reading which book?
First of all, I don't read because I'm ADHD. I'm probably, I mean, can I watch Netflix or no?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm watching now Virgin River.
Oh.
Love.
Okay.
And I watch it, The Gilded Age. Love. I love love stories. My favorite movie is The Notebook. It's a movie that I watched 17 times. I love love and I love passion. So I do everything with passion. If I'm having breakfast at Flakowitz, I'm mostly eating with my hands. It's like I love food. I love to eat. I love to travel. When I land in Italy, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful land in the world. And then when I land in Israel, I'm like, Am Yisrael Chai, kama shani ohevet ota. I'm a passionate person, so I love love. So I'm probably watching a love story.
Okay. Your go-to snack food is?
Nougat bars,
Ah.
chocolate mint. They're delicious.
Wow. I would never have thought that.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
I have to get my hands on one of these.
Yeah.
It's all my-
I got to try one today.
These are my favorite snacks. I'm obsessed.
Oh.
Obsessed.
I'm in.
My favorite snack. Okay.
Favorite snack? What is one thing people don't know about you that you do want people to know? I mean, you've definitely put it all out there.
Put
but
everything
is there-
out there. I don't have an indoor voice, so I'm always shouting, and I don't mean to shout. But sometimes my delivery, when I like to do this because if I'm texting, or I'm on the phone, or I'm writing, sometimes it doesn't come out the way that if you saw my eyes and you saw my expressions, I mean it in another way. And I don't mean to be insulting, but sometimes I'm so passionate, and somebody will write something to me, and I'm like bullshit, or who cares? And it doesn't come across as the way that I want it to come across. So that's something that I'm trying not to write and to do more live because I love live. I love authentic. I don't like to have the questions. I like everything to be real.
That's number one. Living our authentic lives, being our authentic selves.
100%.
That's Siggy. That's definitely
Yeah.
like that's what I love
And
about her.
people don't understand. Yes, it's nice when you have money. It definitely makes an easier life. I grew up my whole life, you know, wanting that American dream, and it's nice. But the things that you wish for every night is health, because money can't buy you health and money can't buy you happiness. I know a lot of people who have a lot of money and they're miserable. So you want to surround yourself with people who make you happy. You have to surround yourself and you have to listen to your gut instinct. Serena, you could be out and it could be your best friend's friend, and there's something about that chemistry that's not working, and you don't feel good. You come home and it's like you have to take a shower. Something was off. And you have to listen to your gut instincts. And I know a lot of people they're people pleasers. I have learned to say goodbye, and I don't even give an explanation. Bye-bye. Take the L out of lover. That relationship is over. You don't owe anybody any explanations for why you walked out the door. You owe yourself. You have to love yourself first and know that you have one time to live this life, and you are going to do it and surround yourself with happiness. When Pam calls me up and she says, "When are we meeting for lunch?" and Kobe's coming, I'm like, yes.
We surround ourselves with love, right? I get to see this face. I get to be with Colby almost every day.
Wow.
Well, yeah, literally every day.
Serena and I know each other since grade school. See, like we've been best friends forever.
And treasure that. Because I always say people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I've had friends that I've had great memories with, and it just ended. No, not even a fight. It's just sometimes a new chapter opens up, and you have to be able to say, okay, that chapter's closed and now a new chapter is opening. But a lot of people have a hard time letting go of the past. I've met wonderful friends that I've known for a few months, and I have great friends like the girls, the group of girls that I have in Boca with Lori Konsker and Pam Levine and Candace Shaw and Cindy Jaffe. I mean, these people I've known, forever. We've had our babies together, and there's history there. And Kelly Spinner, my Mississippi queen. I mean, two people from, she speaks like a lady and I speak like a New Yorker. And when we get together, the chemistry is fire. I mean, we're dancing, we're in the car, we're singing, we're jamming. It's good energy. So you've got to take those people and you've got to hang on very tightly to them. And the ones that you're always arguing with and you're not seeing eye to eye with, it's okay to break away from them. It's okay.
We've had a couple of those, Serene, right?
Breaks.
Definitely.
Yep. Yeah. And leave them in the past. Yeah. New chapter opens. More friends come through that way.
Yeah, but God sees that you really know your worth, and the gifts that you get in return, oh, they're invaluable. Invaluable.